Hello, guys. Welcome to Lady Charms Kitchen. I will be making some red snapper fish today. As you can see, I'm now washing the fish with some lemon. And I'm also going to add some vinegar. When you use the lemon and vinegar together, it gives the fish a good wash. Don't pour too much vinegar. Just try to eyeball the amount that you put in because you don't want the vinegar to overpower the taste of your fish. After I finish washing the fish, I'm going to drain the water and then you will see the rest of the process. Hope y'all are doing great today, and I hope that you guys can learn a thing or two from my recipe. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message in my inbox and I can get back to you guys if you have any further question. Right now, I am using some paper towel to pat dry each piece of the fish. So I do this to prevent splattering when I put it in the oil. And also when I put my dry seasoning on the fish, it will stick to the fish and give it a better fry. So after I finish drying, you will see what I'll do next with the dry seasoning. Cooking is something that I love to do, and as I go by on my channel, you guys will see me from time to time making different dishes. So as I said, if you ever have any question, feel free to drop me a note. Next, I'm going to rub in the dry seasoning, and in this mixture I have paprika. I'm actually pouring the oil first before I put the seasoning on the fish because I need the oil to be very hot. And I'm using some grapeseed oil. If the oil is not extremely hot, then the fish will break apart when you put it in the pot. So that's why I pour it in before I put my seasoning on. I also place some garlic in the oil to give it a flavor. So what you have to do is to just use your spoon or fork, whatever you're using, and spin it around for a few, a minute or two to get the flavors out. Please do not let the garlic burn because then that will not be tasty. I will take the garlic out soon and place in a container because I will be adding the garlic back to the fish when it's time to stew the fish. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to go in with my dry seasoning, and what I'm using is I'm using Old Bay, I'm using paprika, I'm using black pepper, and I'm using all-purpose seasoning. And as you see, I'm rubbing in it from side to side to ensure that all parts of the fish is well seasoned. So I will be doing it to all the pieces. And I'm also using some flour to put on the sides of the fish because when you do that, it prevents the fish from breaking apart or getting stuck to the pot. So the flour let the fish turn easily on the other side when you're frying. Now I will be going to frying, and as you see, I'm putting the fish in the pot and it's extremely hot. If you notice, you see something there in the pot. It's a piece of the garlic that was not taken out, and that's why it got overly dark. And as I was saying, that's why you don't leave your garlic in the pot for too long. Now the fish is frying nicely, and soon I will be turning them to the other side. You have to ensure that you leave them long enough so that, as I said, they don't break when you're trying to turn them. Now I'm turning, and as you can see, they're turning perfectly, and this is how I wanted it to be. And some of them that you put in later will have to stay a little longer before you turn those. Now the fish is done browning, and I'm about to saute my vegetables, and I will let you guys know what type of veggies I've used in this. So I have some onions, carrots, sweet pepper, which we also call bell peppers, red and yellow, and I have scallion and thyme. And I also put in a scotch bonnet pepper. If you don't like pepper, guys, don't try this. But in my household, we like our food nice and spicy. And to me, it tastes better when you put pepper in your fish. I also added back the garlic, and I'm now adding in some all-purpose seasoning. And I'm also gonna add in some paprika and the Old Bay seasoning as well. So after I add these seasoning in, I will go in. Actually, I'm going to let it saute for a minute or two. And then I'll go in with about a 3/4 cup of water. So as you can see, I'm allowing it to start frying up, and then the spinning process will begin soon. So now I'm, turning the vegetables in the pot so they can saute properly. And after, they're sauteed well and I feel like it's time, I will pour in the water and let it stay for a few minutes before I put the fish in. As you can see, it's coming, pretty good. The sauteing is looking nice. And guys, if you smell this right now, you would start eating dinner. It smells so good. Now I'm going in with the water, and I'm gonna place the lid on the pot in a little bit and let it stay there for a minute or two. Oh, I forget a very important part. Please remember to add in some browning. And guys, do not use too much browning, as this will make your stuff too dark, and you don't want to have it too dark. Also, you can add in some ketchup if you choose to. I like ketchup, so I add a little in mine to give it, a great taste. So after, this, you place the lid on the pot and let it stays there for, a few minutes, and then you're gonna add the fish to your vegetables. Now, as you can see, it's ready and the fish is ready to be added. Um, you don't want your fish to stay in too long, because remember, fish does not take long to cook. So I would leave it like 4 or 5 minutes the most, because the vegetables are sauteed properly and it's cooked out already. So you don't have to leave your fish in for too long. What I'm doing here now is I'm gonna take the spoon and I'm going to spread the gravy on top of the fish so that it's covered properly, so that all the fish can cook correctly and have the good flavor when it's done. And after this, you can place the lid back on the pot and leave it there for, a few minutes, and then it will be ready to serve. Okay, guys, the fish is done and I'm about to serve. And what I did, I served it with some rice and peas, and I also made a salad, and I made a really good fruit juice.